Hello my dear students, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn an English chapter of class 9. The name of the chapter is A Question of Space. And we are going to learn part 2 of this chapter today, as we have already learned part 1 in my previous video. So we'll be continuing with the chapters. But students, before that, if you are viewing my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification of the latest upcoming videos. Do watch the video till end, and if you like it, hit the like button. And students will also get 10th standard English explanation along with the question answers of 8th and 9th and 10th standards in this channel. So do subscribe and take the full benefit of the videos uploaded in this channel. So let's move ahead. We'll just quickly revise about the author as we had done in the earlier video. Neera Kashyap is the author of this chapter. She has worked as a newspaper journalist and she has specialized in various fields of environmental journalism, social health, communication and research. She is also author of small short book stories of young adults, Daring to Dream, Rupa, and has contributed many more. And she used to write essays which interpreted scriptures and ancient literature, and it has been printed in many journals such as Mountain Path and Life Positive. So in the same way, here we had a chapter which is based on self-observation, which we were reading. In the part 1, we have learned about the Vikrant who was facing such a pressure from his parent and how his friend Anuj has helped him to observe himself and control his anger and his emotions. So there was a demo which was going on between them on the basis of that he was observing himself. It was on a happy moment that he was doing his demo. Now let us see ahead what is happening with Vikrant. Is that his pressure calmed down now? Is he has he come out of the problem or not? So now self-observation, it started happening much sooner as Vikrant expected when he was doing demo and learning from Anuj various many things and about his experiences of life and how to control everything and how to come up with his ambitions and interest. So now he's just did not expect okay he will have self-observation about himself started doing so sooner. And at dinner that night, his father again asked the question to Vikrant that have you found that which is the most suitable coaching center for your medical entrance tests so that you can enroll and you can work hard and take the classes? Vikrant said normally, no. So what do you mean by no? The father said, if you still have not found, when do you intend to enroll yourself? When the seats will be filled? Because his father might be thinking if the admissions are not done now at the earlier stage, then the classes will be full and there will be no seats available for him. So he was just behind him to find a best coaching class so that he can get enrolled. So I don't know, Vikrant said. I'm already full up with tuitions, bio, maths, physics, chemistry. It is tough. I cannot do tuition. Now Vikrant noticed that his mouth was dry, his head tight at the temples, his body slightly hunched. Now because this was first time that he was arguing or saying back to his parent, because he had learned from Anuj how to be self-observe yourself and how to keep up his points. So when his father was asking about the coaching classes, he said, I'm already held up with so many things. How will I do with it? How will I do with the tuitions? I don't have time. I cannot do it with it. I cannot go with the tuitions anymore now. And because this was first time and he was saying all those things, he noticed, he was observing his emotions, his body temperature, and he felt that his mouth had become dry because a bit of nervousness maybe, and his head was tight at temples, means near his forehead, and then he also had his body slightly hunched. So all this observation he could make out, he could observe his different reactions. Then tuitions for medical entrances are not just tuitions. His father again started convincing and explaining him that it is not just tuitions. They coach you for your career, for your highly competitive examination. And if you go wrong anywhere by giving one wrong answer, it will make a lot of difference in your result. So it is better that if you turn your attention for investigating and searching for a good coaching center rather than spending time with junkies and irrelevant things. Means his father was pointing out to the junkies, means to the to his friend Anuj, where he used to do his most of the time pass with that friend, and he used to do his photography and other things. So it was like irrelevant things for his father, so he was pointing out that, and then he stopped. Then Vikrant started noticing his father's last remark, and because he was observing again his reactions too, and it sent him a strong wave of hate through his otherwise weary body. Means his father was angry, and he said it very seriously, galvanizing him to leave the room without another word. Then now he left the room, and Vikrant knew these conflicts were not getting him anywhere. He knew that this is just a conflict, this an arguments which is going on with his parent will not let him anywhere. Means he will not come in a solution, because the parents want him to get admitted in coaching class, and he is not willing to, because he wants some space. He want to do some courses or some other thing which he has his interest in. So it was not that he was not interested or he felt that medicine is not good for him. It was not at all wrong. He did not think like that. But he just did not want it to be bulldozed like this. He did not want it to get so much of pressurize on him, pressure on him. So bulldozed into working 3 shifts a day, 6 days a week, like he had no time to do anything of his interest or be relaxed. So he felt he needed time to pursue his own interests and pleasures too. Yes, students, it's very necessary to have your own interest also put up in between. If you're just pressurized, you cannot go up with it properly. So especially after his meeting with Anuj, he started feeling this, that he has to even pursue his interests side by side. Then Anuj spoke to him on various issues. Anuj used to speak him on the beginning of his life, how he traveled, the elements he used to compose, many things in photography, his self-observation, whatever experience Anuj had here, he started sharing with Vikrant. And he also said that if you can express yourself without feeling, you can feel as well without expressing, he had said. That means if you can express something which you are without feeling, you don't have to feel, but you just have to express it, then you can also feel without expressing it. You can feel something without expressing it. So these were the things what Anuj had started teaching and sharing with Vikrant, and he started introducing in his life all these things, and this started getting change also in his life. Then, when alone, Vikrant started to practice these emotions, whatever he had not experienced earlier and he had learned from Anuj. And at first, this was joy, spontaneity, excitement. He started with these things. Then, when he felt more neutral, he also practiced suspicion, hostility, daring, joy, and everything. All mixed emotions he started practicing, along with the postures and gestures he used to observe, that how do I react and how is my posture during such and such situations. His experiments with self-observation helped him a lot, and he had a whole range of his body reactions, the effect that if different emotions had on his body, how his mind got involved with these things, everything he started observing and experimenting. But things did not seem to change with his parents, because they remained same. He realized that they would be continuing to treat him like a child as long as they wish, and he's just chaffed and reacted. He was just pressurized. He was just, you can say, pissed off in between the pressures and the and so many things of his studies and everything. So don't worry too much about the change, Anuj said, noting Vikrant's discouragement one evening. He agreed to the Vikrant's the worries and everything, whatever he is undergoing, and he said not to worry much about that. You cannot really change anything till things are ready for change by themselves. Just go on doing your part. The change will happen when it's really going to happen. That's it. You cannot do that. Then, yeah, but it does not help, said Vikrant with dejection, because he wanted some change in his parent, but he did not found it, even after implementing so many things that Anuj had taught him. Then Anuj thought for a long while, and then he spoke to Vikrant. If you really want to get control over a situation, then there are two more steps for you to practice. But the moment an active feeling comes which you think should be controlled, make a note of it, but don't express it. Then he said, if you want to control, if you come out of the situation, there are two more steps that you can implement here. The first one was that moment and an active feeling comes to your mind which you think it should be controlled, and you should note it but you should not express it. For example, he would think like that: if you've been very angry, you're getting very angry and you are just about to just blast out and shout and whatever, but you have to control that. You don't have to express that angerness in your face. You have to just note it down in yourself, observe and control yourself. That is how you can bring the change. So Vikrant also asked, what is the last step? Come on, say. Then the last one is difficult, he said. And he said that this step involves expressing an emotion opposite to what you feel, and can be done only if you are agitated. You observe this but choose to express calm or warmth instead of coldness. He said it's a difficult one, the last step, because you have to show your opposite emotion, whatever you feel. Suppose if you're feeling angry and you are in very bad mood, you don't have to show that, but you have to just remain calm and warm. You should not show your coldness, that you are just sitting without any answering and you are very stubborn type, your attitude type, but you have to express your warmth and calmness there. Your anger should be kept inside, and your expression should be of calm and warmth, and it's difficult to do. So this is the last step also, as simple as that. So Vikrant laughed a little hopelessly, but because it was a difficult one, so he just laughed. Vikrant kept up his exercises and self-observation. He practiced this everything, different emotions, and he started attempting to experiment many things when he was alone. And he felt small stirrings of change. He could make out some changes in him now. He could see things more objectively, even when he could not control his reactions. Like he was able to control his anger and his emotions and reactions, even though he was not willing to do that. So the slight changes he could make out now by his self-observation. Then his parents were pushing less, listening more. He could also observe that now his parents are not pushing, like pressurizing him or saying him more, but they're just listening him more and not saying anything now. Then he also noticed that instead of both speaking it in one voice, like both together, speaking of both together, they are controlling and they are just explaining one by one. If one speaks, the other keep quiet in that manner. And the points of control or friction, one spoke while the other refrained, and thus leading to much more interaction, except on the subject of Anuj. So he started observing everything, how one is speaking, one is keeping quiet, and all the interactions, except which was related to Anuj, everything he observed clearly. Are you still hobnobbing with that character? What is his name? Asked his mother at breakfast with morning. Again, the mother asked Vikrant, are you still loitering around with your friend that, what is his name? Like, and father was still silent and did not answer anything, because he was expecting the same thing. Vikrant knew that his father will keep quiet now, because usually one spoke and one kept quiet. Then Vikrant observed his temples tighten again, his hands, shoulders, and straighten out in confrontation. Means he was a bit angry, he was not feeling good, but then too he answered in a calm manner. He said his name is Anuj Mummy and Anuj Jain, and he's my friend. And in fact, he teaches many of the things. From him, I have learned many things that are very hard to explain. He said this in a normal manner. And then mother says, yes, I know that, but he will not be sitting next to you for your entrance exams, will he? If you lose your grip in class 11th, how will you be able to do up in class 10? Again, the mother started explaining him. As Vikrant again felt his temple throbs, he was getting angry and burdenized again. A sudden calm entered his heart. He was trying to use that last step which Tanuj had taught him. He started showing his opposite reaction, and he calmly said, if I'm allowed space for new interest, I'll also find space for what is important for a career. He said in a very quiet manner. So when at this time his father spoke, he said, okay, fine, try to achieve a balance, we will be with you. Now he agreed, because if he would have shown his anger and he would have just got up and moved out again, the situation would have worsened. But he changed it. He showed the opposite reaction. He just controlled his angerness, and in a calm manner, in a polite manner, he said, if you allow me some space to do my interests, even I will do the things which you want, and I'll focus on my career as it is important for me. So then when the father spoke, he was like, fine, okay, you try and you achieve a balance between both, we are along with you. So at the end, now both were satisfied. He agreed to enroll himself in the medical entrance exam coaching classes, and even he got the space for doing his things of his interest. So at the end of class 11, Vikrant enrolled for classes at coaching center of medical entrance test, and he did this with an awareness that it was the right thing for him to do. Like, he was balancing both. He was knowing that this is the right time. Now he knows to focus on for medical entrance test, because it was class 12 now. After this, he had to appear, and he was having awareness that yes, this is the right time, I'll do this, I have to take a decision now. And along with that, he's also balanced his interest, whatever he was having. So in this manner, he started observing, self-observation started in him, and he tried to control, and things started changing, his attitude changed, and it helped a lot in his life. So I hope, students, you understood this theory of self-observation and how it could change your attitude, and it can help you in improving yourself. So hope so this lesson will be helpful for you and you understood this part also. And if you like the video, do hit the like button, and we'll be again back with such more videos which will be helpful for you. Till then, thank you. Be happy and stay safe.